WFCJ 93.7 MHz. The source is a 50,000-watt FM radio station licensed to Miamisburg, Ohio and serving the Dayton metropolitan area, central and southwest Ohio, and eastern Indiana. WFCJ is owned by the Miami Valley Christian Broadcasting Association, part of Strong Tower Christian Media, and it airs a Christian radio format combining music and instructional shows. WFCJ broadcasts in HD. Its HD2 channel is called Worship, and carries religious music around the clock. NOAA Weather Radio station WXJ 46 also transmits from the WFCJ tower. WFCJ's studios and offices are in Xenia, Ohio, and the transmitter is off Manning Road in Miamisburg. Programming. Local hosts: Ling Berner, Mike Henry, Ken Kettering, and Robin Walton play contemporary worship music from artists such as Hillsong, Michael W. Smith, Casting Crowns, Lauren Daigle, and Big Daddy Weave, and features of local interest during drive times, while other hours of the day are devoted to nationally syndicated shows from preachers such as James MacDonald, Charles Stanley, Dennis Rainey, Nancy Lee DeMoss, and Chuck Swindoll. WFCJ also carries Dave Ramsey's Family Finances show. The station is non-commercial and airs annual pledge drives to raise money. History. WFCJ first signed on in January 1961 for the purpose of proclaiming the gospel, leading the lost to Jesus Christ, and leading the Christian into a closer walk with God. Strong Tower Christian Media currently operates two non-profit 50,000-watt Christian radio stations in Ohio, serving a wide coverage area, including the cities of Dayton, Springfield, Cincinnati, and Columbus, as well as parts of northern Kentucky and eastern Indiana. According to its website, WFCJ was the second Christian radio station to go on the air in Ohio and the first in the Dayton area. The organizers, Wilbur Powell, Vernon Wilson, Ray Emby and others, originally sought an AM license but had to settle for an FM outlet, not realizing that in a few decades, most radio listening would be on the FM dial. One of the first announces when the station went on the air on January 7, 1961 was a University of Dayton student named Claire Miller who would, after also being one of the first voices heard on Springfield's Christian station WEEC later that year, return to WFCJ in May of 1980 to serve as the station's general manager for the next 30 years. Eventually, WFCJ and WEEC agreed to formally come together as Strong Tower Christian Media in 2007, with WEEC General Manager Tracy Figley as president of the new corporation and Miller as vice president. For more than 20 consecutive years, WFCJ was home to the same weekday hosts: Mike Hill midnight 6 a.m., Bill Nance 1989 to 2011, and co-host Melody Morris 1999 to 2011, 6 to 9 a.m., Jim Williams 1979 to 2015, middays, Stan Ellingson 1986 to 2014, 3 to 6 p.m., and Robin Walton 1988 present, 6 p.m., midnight. Both WFCJ and WEEC make up Strong Tower Christian Media, formed on February 13, 2008. In 2011, Nance and Morris left WFCJ and formed Faith and Friends Radio. www.faithandfriendsradio.com in Dayton, in recognition of WFCJ and WEEC reaching 50 years of ministry. The National Religious Broadcasters Organization honored both stations with the Milestone Award at their 2012 National Convention. WFCJ, Miamisburg, O, and WEEC, Springfield, O, has merged into one building owned by Athletes in Action in Xenia, O. Official WFCJ website. With streaming audio. Official website of Strong Tower Christian Media. Query the FCC's FM station database for WFCJ. Radio locator information on WFCJ. Query Nielsen Audio's FM station database for WFCJ.